for a check there, turning away from Zidlitzky. Back to Briere. Fire! Oh, Seam deflected stop. Gagne! He scored!
All right, what is up, everyone? My name is Chris, and today, one thing I wanted to talk about today was how Alain Vigneault is kind of he's just experimenting a lot, and I think this is the best thing for the Flyers and going into these 2020 playoffs. Personally, I think it's good for, obviously a few reasons. I think obviously the biggest thing is that there's more guys added to this roster. So another thing is too is that you're able to kind of see who plays good with who, and some of these guys like Connor Bunnaman, Carson Twarynski, we've seen these guys this year, and there's many more. Mark Freeman, German Rubtsov. I honestly think some of the only ones that we didn't see were some of the famous players like Wotherspoon, Nate Prosser, and guys like that, and then also Igor Zamula. But besides that, we basically saw everybody on Flyers this season that was on the roster. And personally, I think one of the biggest things was everybody played good with everybody. I honestly think that I don't think there was a single bad line this season for the Flyers. I mean, that's how good AV was good at pairing these guys. And honestly, I feel like experimenting could be the best thing for this team. Now, obviously, you don't want to experiment too much to where it's like you're kind of going 2 or 3 days and then you're flying to Toronto and you're still experimenting. At that point, you kind of want to have some set lines. And I'm thinking probably by after this scrimmage tomorrow, I'm thinking the Flyers are going to start to try to get some set lines, and then they'll probably start to go on and then maybe see what happens, and then to figure out those lines and do it for that other scrimmage, which is on Thursday, because they scrimmage on Tuesday and Thursday this week. But honestly, I think one thing I love about this is how to me, I think it's just the way that everything is panning out so good, because the way that everybody's really skating well, and then you hear everything that these lines are clicking and these lines are clicking, and to be honest with you, I feel like the one line that I would love to see and stay put is Hayes, Konechny, and Farabee. I heard that line was playing really good, and I think another thing is too is that honestly, I would love to see some defensive pairings get put together. In that exhibition game, I would love to see Igor Zamula paired with Justin Braun. I talked about this on the podcast of how it's kind of like a poor man's Provorov and Niskanen, and Amadeo thought it was hilarious. I kind of agree. It is kind of funny, but that's essentially what it is, right? I mean, it's Braun, who is like a Niskanen, a little bit more physical, but can move the puck out of his zone. Doesn't really need to be told much. And Provorov and Zamula are kind of the same guy. They're both poised. They can both move the puck. They can both be quarterbacks from the power play. I mean, to be honest with you, it really is like a poor man's Provorov-Niskanen pairing, and I would love to see it in an exhibition game versus Pittsburgh. I honestly think that Zamula and Freeman will most likely be the extras for defense as well, because the Flyers have 34 players. You can only have 31. And I think another thing is that they might cut one forward, but there's probably going to be 3 defensemen that are cut. It's going to be Welinski, Wotherspoon, and Nate Prosser as well. I think those are probably the 3 defensemen. You can maybe see Andreoff getting cut. But to be honest with you, I feel like that's probably going to be it. If anything, they maybe go probably 3 defensemen in the forward, or maybe just 3 defensemen. I'm also probably thinking that they probably don't want to be using Ustimenko that much as well. I think he's just there for the sake of having him if injury were to be the case or something along those lines. Somebody gets sick and they can't play, and all that stuff. But to be honest with you, I'm very excited for this, and I've been thinking of a bunch of line combinations and all this stuff. But to be honest with you, I feel like AV is going to put the best lines out there. I think he's going to have really good combinations. Let me know what you guys think below. Who do you think, we won't be seeing? Who do you think, what lines do you think would work together? I personally would love to see Couturier with Giroux and maybe a Farabee or a Pitlick. I know that's kind of a weird combination, but I think it would work really well. I also would I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a guy like, possibly a Bunnaman or a Twarynski, maybe on that third left line, that third left wing or right wing, wherever you want to put them. I wouldn't mind that, because I think the thing is too is that it's so tough for them because they have to fight with so much talent. But again, let me know what you guys think below. Remember, podcast, articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.